make this a quick video. Not going to keep everybody up all night like I usually do when I do my nightly rants. But I saw Monday Night Raw, and Cody Rhodes comes out and does his little promo. The Rock comes out and just owns the shit out of Cody Rhodes, you know? And like he bloodies him up real bad, starts talking shit to him, right? And I'm sitting there watching the segment, right? I'm watching all the previous SmackDowns before that, where The Rock was just owning the crowd, owning Cody Rhodes, owning Seth Rollins, and just completely just dominating the whole field. You know what I'm saying? And now I know Cody Rhodes fans want him to win, and I respect that because he's won 2 Rumbles in a row. And so I get why they want him to win. You know what I mean? But you see The Rock come out there and just electrifying. He just owns the whole building, The Rock. And to me personally, he's over with the fans, bro. I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck The Rock is not champion? Like he's carrying this whole storyline. It's not Cody, it's not even Roman Reigns. The guys that are supposed to be highlighting the main event of Mania Night 2, right? So it's supposed to be Roman and Cody Rhodes for the second night. The first night, The Rock's in a tag match with his cousin Roman Reigns to take on Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. But The Rock has completely owned the storyline, completely owned it the entire time. So my question is, why don't they just put the belt on The Rock? Like, obviously he's over with the fans, bro. And The Rock's selling this whole storyline. And he's not even supposed to be the main guy, the main character in it. The Rock's not even the main character in this storyline, and yet he's carrying the whole thing. I think personally he should hold the belt. They should put the belt on The Rock. And The Rock should be walking out of WrestleMania with the belt. I mean, as much as, you know, the storyline wise, it's fine for Cody to win, you know, right? Because they've been messing with him the last 2 years. He's got 2 Royal Rumbles he's won back to back, right? So Cody Rhodes has won the last 2 Royal Rumbles. So it's obvious that they want him to be the champion, right? And of course, it'd be a missed opportunity if they didn't get in the belt. All I'm saying is that if The Rock is carrying this goddamn storyline, and Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes can't even sell the motherfucker, why not just put the belt on The Rock? Fuck it. You know, whoever sells the storyline to me wins. And I think The Rock's carrying this storyline. Because without The Rock, I'm telling you right now, without the fucking Rock, nobody would care to watch WrestleMania. Even the build up to the WrestleMania, nobody would give a shit to watch it until it was time for Mania. Because I'm telling you, if The Rock didn't come back, I wouldn't have gave 2 fucks about that Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes match. But because The Rock's involved, I'm excited. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been watching all the SmackDowns and Raws since The Rock's been involved. And he's carrying it at 52 years old. The Rock still got it. He's still the it factor. At 52, The Rock is just completely just owning that building, bro. Still got incredible mic work. Not necessarily knows wrestling if it's still up to par, we'll know about Mania. And he only have to sell the Mania. He don't even have to give a 5-star match. The guy's over. And I think personally, they should put the belt on The Rock. Why not? Just like throw a monkey wrench in there and go ahead and put the title on The Rock. And let The Rock walk out of WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia champion. Like, just throw a whole monkey wrench in there. Make it a triple threat match for Mania. And let The Rock walk out the champion, man. Because I'm telling you, if Cody Rhodes wins, it'll be okay. You know, I think for the meantime, you know, Test Grinds, whoever that is, hello. If Cody Rhodes wins, I mean, that'll be all right. But personally, I don't see it lasting that long. I think it's going to be like, remember when Drew McIntyre won at Mania? I forgot which WrestleMania that was, by the way. Y'all remind me. But remember when McIntyre won? It was kind of like that. You know, he won at WrestleMania. I was like, okay, that's great. But after that, his title run was boring as fuck. Like, nobody really gave a shit about Drew McIntyre after he won the title. Come on, let's keep it 100. So if that's the case, you might as well just go ahead and just give it to The Rock. At least give it to somebody you know. If they're going to hold the belt, it's going to mean something. And since the show's all about ratings anyway, might as well just give it to The Rock. Let The Rock hold that belt. Because The Rock should have been facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Period. You go by ratings. The Rock should have came in at the Royal Rumble. He should have won the fucking Rumble. And that's just facts. You know? I don't mean to disappoint Cody Rhodes fans out there, but you got to go where the ratings goes. And the ratings say The Rock should win. You know? Now, I'll tell you, if Cody Rhodes wins, it's not going to last that long. Roman Reigns will probably go making movies for a while. I don't even know if The Rock will even be involved in Mania. So who's Cody Rhodes going to have? Maybe Brock Lesnar? Maybe you bring Goldberg back. Maybe. Well, The Rock is still, at 52 years old, is still dominating headlines. To me personally, I say you got to put the strap on that man. It would be smart for WWE to capitalize on it. I mean, the fans are over with him. They don't. I'm telling you, Cody and Roman are not selling this shit. They're not selling this storyline. It's boring. It's boring until The Rock came in it. Because everybody knew, okay, Cody Rhodes won the Rumble. Oh, let me guess, he beats Roman at Mania. Then The Rock comes in, and The Rock joins the Bloodline. The Rock has his badass heel gimmick. He brought the Hollywood gimmick. And is selling it. Rock's just grabbing the microphone and just straight owning the ring. Owning the crowd. Owning it, man. To me, it makes more sense. Just put the goddamn belt on The Rock. Let The Rock hold the belt. Let him be the champion at WrestleMania. So where are my wrestling fans at, my dude? We got wrestling fans all in this motherfucker. Because that's the only match I want to see. It's night one, Seth and Cody versus Rock and Roman. And night two, I guess Cody and Roman. Only because I want to see if the Bloodline's going to interfere. What's going to happen? Is The Rock going to screw it up for both of them? I'm kind of curious to know where that angle is. Where they're going with that. Are they just going to have Cody just win at Mania clean? So, there's several ways to look at that, right? To me personally, I think it's better if they give the belt to The Rock, and they could work a storyline where he's like, "I'm the COO, I'm I'm the champion, right? I'm the champion." You could have him screw him over, like Cody over. Is it just me, or am I the only person that thinks that The Rock should be the champion out of Mania? Because at first I was all like, Roman should win because he needs to break Hulk Hogan's record, right? Then I stopped giving a shit about that, right? And I said, well, wait a minute. No, Cody needs to win because he's got two Royal Rumble wins in a row. So it should be Cody Rhodes, right? And then I watched the actual like storyline and the build to this all, right? Because the storyline, everything's important. And I'm looking at it like, wait a minute, nobody's really selling this storyline except for The Rock. And the fans are like, everybody is in love with The Rock, right? I mean, which is respectfully so. Everybody loves The Rock right now. So to me personally, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense to have The Rock somehow, some way, shape, form, or fashion walk out as the champion from WrestleMania. What do y'all think? Am I wrestling fans? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you guys think that The Rock should be champion in WrestleMania 40? Because I feel he should. I mean, and we're not that far away from WrestleMania. We are now on the 28th, about to be 29th at midnight tonight. And WrestleMania is on the 7th and the 8th, if I'm correct. So that means we're what? A couple weeks away from WrestleMania, the biggest show on the world. Bigger than the Super Bowl. Bigger than the Super Bowl, my dude. Goddamn WrestleMania 40. It's going to be the big, big show everybody's going to want to see. Even the old wrestling heads that left and they went to UFC, like, they're going to watch Mania. Everybody's going to tune in to watch WrestleMania. Everybody is going to watch WrestleMania, right? WrestleMania is the big Super Bowl. So, to me, The Rock's got to be the champ, bro. He has to be, man. He's selling the storyline. Like, he's over with the fans. They're cheering him and everything. Why is The Rock not going to be champion? It's like, how do you not put the belt on The Rock? Should I go to Wendy's? I don't know. That's up to you. LA Knight. LA Knight's going to be at WrestleMania. And it looks like CM Punk's going to be there too. And so is Brock Lesnar. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm so excited for WrestleMania. I've never been this excited about wrestling in a long time. I feel like a kid again because I grew up on The Rock. I fucking love The Rock, man. You know? And, The Rock's a fucking beast, man. And now, he's back and he's fucking killing it, man. He's making me want to be a wrestling fan again. Nah, Brock's back. They cleared his name. They even brought it back on the game. The WWE 2K24, he's back as a character now. I love The Rock too. The Rock's the only reason why I want to watch Mania. Other than that, I didn't give it two shits. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, they're going to give it to Cody because he won two Rumbles, right? So he's got two Rumbles in a row. And the fans are probably going to be pissed if he loses again. So they're probably most likely going to do Cody. Yeah, he's back on the WWE. Yeah, he's in back on the video game too. Yeah, they cleared his name, all that shit. Yeah, they cleared him like 3, 4 weeks ago. That's what I'm saying. They're probably going to end up bringing him back to Mania, or they'll probably wait till after Mania to bring him back. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The Attitude Era was the best. Golden Era, Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression kind of, whether they had the WCW storyline and they started mixing all them the WCW wrestlers in there. That was pretty good. And then after that, the first part of Ruthless Aggression was okay. Benoit's champion, Eddie Guerrero's champion. Rey Mysterio wins the Royal Rumble in '06. They had a little bit of highlights there. And then after about '08 or '09, they went into that PG era, and then it just kind of sunk after that. And then wrestling kind of stagnant, then it kind of picks up and goes stagnant again. And then wrestling kind of picked up again, maybe around 2018, the Wyatt family comes in and all that. And they kind of were stagnant, had their highs and lows, But I don't care about Stardust. No, I don't either. WrestleMania was better 20 years ago. That's what's up. Well, of course. Oh, wrestling was better. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're right. If I could give a piece of advice to a kid teenager just in general, oh man, I'm telling you, I'm probably not the first person. There's probably people in a better position in life than I am. Um, if I was to say it, um, don't be chasing women. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of time. Not that I'm saying women are a waste of time, but just don't be chasing girls all the time like a lot of these young cats do. I did that in my young days, and I regretted that. Uh, Mr. Ramirez, Chris Ramirez. I just said it, bro. Wolfpack, definitely in the house. Don't chase women. Um, yeah, let the women chase you. Absolutely. I would say another thing is, man, don't let when you enter in the job force and stuff, don't let your bosses run all over you. And I'll be honest with you, I used to let them do that shit to me, and they fucked me, and I got fucked dozens of times out of money and hours. And I'm telling you, I'm not saying like go around and curse people out, but don't let your bosses run all over you. If I would give one advice, don't do that. Don't be a doormat. Don't kiss any ass at work. But at the same time, don't be defiant. So like it's take a extra shift here or there, or help others out, even if it's not in your job description. It looks good on your part that you're a team player, but do not kiss butt, and do not let your bosses run all over you, because I made that mistake in the past and I regret it. Um, and also, most importantly, don't be afraid to say no. And that's one thing that I see people they struggle with on the job force. They get scared to tell their bosses no. And I would say don't be afraid to tell them no. If they're going to give you something like a shitty deal or something you don't feel comfortable with, don't be afraid to say no. Cuz I used to be like that, you know what I mean? And don't be afraid to say no. Oh, what's up, Kano? I'm so happy that Antonio Pierce is the Raiders head coach. That's what's up. Yeah, let the women chase you instead. Absolutely. You know what's attractive that women like about guys? And I realize that now as I'm getting older now, is that the more nonchalant you are and the more you act like you don't care, the more they actually show initiative. And what I mean by is I'm not saying like to be an asshole or to be like a dog, like just say like, oh, you ain't shit. No, like not like that. But just don't act thirsty and too desperate around girls, because when they see that, they sense weakness and they don't want to fuck with you. Or if they do, they're just going to use you. And I used to do that in my teenage. Oh my god, bro! If I could take all that back, I would. But you live and you learn, so that's a good thing. You get older, and you start learning your ways and what to do and what not to do because people fuck you so much, you get tired of it. So you just like, okay, I gotta put a stop to this shit because you're getting tired. So you start learning from your mistakes and you start correcting them. And as you get older, you stop caring as much. But you have one eye open at the same time. Like you still haven't, you're still going to be respectable to people, but you stop caring about the little things, like the things you can't control. Like, does she like me? Does this person like me? Like all that's done. When you get older, that shit's done. You don't care anymore. You know, all that shit's out the window now. Like I don't care anymore. Like okay, you don't like me, cool. Like whatever. Like when you're younger, you're more pure pressure to like get people to like you. You get girls to like you. All that shit goes away after about 24, 25. As you get older and you move up the ladder, all that shit goes out the window. You don't care about that no more. In fact, I'll say this even this like it's more about looks when you're younger, right? Because you're worried about what the next guy's doing. And men are one thing about men is we're competitors by nature, so we're always like peeping over the window to see what the other man's doing, and what all that shit. When you get older, you've been there, done that. You're done with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the way I see it at that point is I look at it like you stop going for looks because men chase looks and emphasize on looks more when you're younger. As you get older, you stop focusing on looks. You start focusing on peace of mind. She bring me peace in my life? Does she bring me wisdom, companionship? Does she can she cook? I mean, that does count for something. And then, most importantly, is she going to bring peace in my life? Because if it ain't no peace, you got to go. And that's nothing personal, but men are afraid to walk away when they're younger. But when you're older, you're not afraid to walk away no more. And that's the one advice I would give: is don't be afraid to walk away, even if she's hot. Even if you don't date for 3 years, like, damn, I ain't gonna get another girl for 3 years. I don't care anymore. You know? And you get over that as you get older. You don't emphasize on looks and chasing women. When you get older, all that's out the book. When you're young, you want to date 5, 6 girls at one time. When you're older, you just want one. Like, I'm good with just one. One at a time, please. I only pick the girl that can't stop holding you. Absolutely. I'm telling you, bro, I'll date the ugliest girl if she brings me peace. I swear to God. People look at me like I'm weird. Because a lot of these guys are like, I want a 10, a 9, I want a baddie. I want this hot ass girl that's fucking fine and every other guy wants and shit. That's just for clout. You know what I mean? You just want other guys to kiss your ass. But when you get older, that's all bullshit, dude. Now, should you be attracted to her? Absolutely, but it's all bullshit. I mean, if she's hot, that's a plus, but she doesn't have to be hot anymore. Like, I'll deal with the girl that's like average attractive, that's like a 5 or a 4, and it's still kind of like has some potential to be kind of cute. But other than that, I don't care to get a 9 or a 10. Those days are done. Because it's just more headache. They have to deal with that shit, man. You got to deal with other guys in her DMs. You got to deal with other fucking guys coming around flashing money. Other fucking ain't shit dudes. I ain't got time for all that shit. So you just want a peace of mind, and that's not going to bring you any peace. It's going to bring you drama. So, like, you know what? Fuck it. Just give me the ugliest girl in the room, man. Fuck it. If she could do half the things on the list, I'm good to go. I'm just saying, bruh. I'm not trying to be mean. She don't have to look hot. Yeah, other guys want that too. Yeah. Facts. Facts. You live and learn. Yeah. That's life is one big journey. Nah, but anyways, no, I could date a girl that's a 4, and I'm completely happy with that. I'm complete because it's all out the door after a while. Like at first, she has to be hot. You know, you tell your 21-year-old self she's hot. When you get older, you don't care about none of that shit no more, bruh. You're just like, man, cause she bring me peace, man. Cause you know, you know what I mean. She has to bring me peace and quiet. You know. And I'm telling you, one thing women are good at, they'll give you a heart attack. Oh yeah, absolutely, Marvin. If you meet the right one, you may not make it to your next birthday. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's important. Peace of mind is very important, man. You just want peace when you get older. Them club days are over. The club, going out and chasing, man, them days are over with me, bro. I've been there, done that. Now I just want peace, man. I just want peace, bro. No, I mean it's true. Like I said, man, you give me wrestling, and you let me go out and do my hike trips and stuff and do all that, man. I'm good with that, bro. I would say another piece of advice is not to chase people who don't want to be friends with you or not wouldn't even give you the time of the day. If people enjoy your company and they want to be around you, they'll find ways to hang out with you. One mistake I made back in the day that I fucking regret is that I used to try to be friends and chase people that didn't care about me. You know? And that's a big mistake that young people make. especially especially women. But, like trying to hang out with a certain crowd of people and stuff and they don't care. You see what I'm saying? I made a big mistake doing that. If I could take any of that back, trust me, I would. I would definitely like slap myself if I could. Yeah, as you get older, everything changes, bro. Your mind, psyche, everything. You just want peace. And all the people you think were cool back then, and you were like, man, I wish I would have hung out with those people. Most of them were fucking losers. Like you look at their lives now, they're all fucking losers. Most of them. They're like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like the people you think are cool, and then as you go and you look at what they're doing, they're up to no good. They're partying on drugs, all types of shit. You're like, man, I ain't got time for that shit, man. And then you start to look back and say, I thought these people were cool as shit, man. Like, damn, I was wrong. Oh shit. You know? And the crazy thing is the people that want to be a part of your life, you don't really notice them at first because they're like either socially awkward or weird or something, or you don't have a lot in common. And then as you get older, you waive all that shit because you realize that these people want to be around you, and that's when you start to value one's time. So you're like, man, I'll do anything to bring these people around me now because as you get older, you start to value your time a little more. So you're like those people that you normally wouldn't have anything in common with, you'll start to make more effort into implementing them in your schedule a little more because you start to value the ones that want to be around you the most. When you're younger, it's all about chasing and trying to um, impress people and stuff and hanging out with the wrong people and chasing the wrong women, and the women are chasing the wrong guys, and it's just a back and forth like silly shit. Immaturity, you know what I'm saying? And some people mature early in life, some people don't mature till later in life. Hell, some people are still in their 30s and 40s and still ain't matured yet. So I guess it's different for everybody, but I would say typically, if I had to make a guess, I would say typically some people mature like in their mid 20s, and then some people don't, and then the rest, but vast majority of people mature in their 30s. Like 30s, I think is when it starts up. You know what I'm saying? That's when I think it speeds up a little bit. So that was the one advice I can give you, man, is you know, um, is not to chase. It's not to spend your young 20s chasing people, man. It's not worth it, man. And start spending time with people who ideally want to spend time with you. Make time and effort for them, man. You know, that's what I would say. And also with the workforce thing is don't let your bosses run all over you because, oh boy, did I make that mistake. Ooh, man, I tell you. You know, you don't want to be like a yes sir kind of guy. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a minimum worker, but you don't want to be a yes sir. You want to kind of be in the middle. You know, you want to have the ability to say, you know what, I'll take this extra shift, or okay, you need me to do this. Okay, cool. And then sometimes you got to know how to say no too. You got to have like that balance so that way they know they can't keep messing with you. Because the way humans are is that you give them an inch, they take it a square mile. So like if they'll take advantage of you, they'll see how far they can go until you say something, and if you don't, they're just gonna keep doing it. So sometimes you gotta have like that kind of like that boundary, you know. True, brother. Appreciate that. I don't chase one I never who never heard about me. Absolutely. Yeah, I think so too, man. I'm telling you, man. I'd change a lot of things. I would, man. But like I said, I can't really rewind the clock back. You know, what I can do is change it when the clock goes forward. If Cody Rhodes wins at Mania, how long do you think he holds the belt for? Maybe till SummerSlam. I don't see why. Like, okay, you put the belt on him, you made him champion. He's gonna have to have a little title defense run, obviously, but he will lose the belt. The best women are the ones that chew dip. Ew. Well, like I said, there are good women out there. Just like I said, there are decent men out there, decent women. There are bad apples, good apples in every bunch. But at the same time, you know, you have to pick and choose wisely. Don't just run after any person you think is hot. You know, you got to evaluate their mindset. You know, that's like I said. You know, one mistake I think that people do is we tend to go for looks, right? And sometimes somebody's looks can kind of overshadow your judgment. And that's how you kind of get in trouble. Just trying to make laughs up in here. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, me laughing. What's the best type of woman? The one that gives me peace. The one that gives me peace. That's it. That sounds crazy, huh? Right? Because you think, why the fuck would you say that? Don't you want the girl that's the baddie? Nah, she's not gonna give me peace. She's not gonna give me peace. She gotta keep it moving. You see, at this point in my life, I'm not afraid to say no, and I'm not afraid to walk away. And I think that and this is my honest opinion. I think that's the hardest part about guys they struggle with is walking away. I think you got to get over that fear. Why do you think that men are afraid to walk away? Marvin says. I agree with that, but why do you think that's the case? Because a lot of dudes know they can't, they have no game, and they know it takes a long time to get. Because girls are picky, extremely picky now. Oof. So it takes having game is not easy if you're an average guy, especially if you're a guy that's not really attractive, or you're. Well, let me say this. Okay, if you're not a guy that's like highly attractive, it's a lot harder. Does that make sense? You're like an average looking dude, because most men fall in the average category, and it's extremely hard to take yourself out of being average and put yourself in the 20 percentile of like of difference, right? Like, because girls want a guy that's kind of different from the rest of the guys, right? And it's not easy. Like, it sounds easy on paper, but it's not. Like, it's not. It's not easy for most men to take themselves out of the equation and be the difference, right? In her life. That most men, most guys, the one thing he said, the other dudes did the same thing. They said the same thing, they did the same shit, right? So it's hard to be that one guy that's different from the other 30 that was already in her DMs and the next 30 that's going to be in her DMs. And it's hard. It's not easy. And I think that guys know that deep down inside. I think, like, for most men, they know that. And so they know, like, if I walk away from this, even though this is a bad situation, I'm probably going to be single for a while, which means that, oh God, I gotta be that guy crashing those DMs again. I gotta be the guy that's part of the crowd. I gotta be the guy that's gotta set myself different. I gotta go back to the drawing board. That's a lot of stress, and that's a lot of time. That's why you see guys, like, for example, let's say they were married for like 20 years or 15, and they get a divorce, and they just chilling. They're not even out dating again or nothing. And you're like, so why ain't you out there in the field? Ah, man, I'm done. Because they know how hard it is, bro. They just like, fuck it. They just throw in the towel. So it just, because they're just like, I want peace in my life, so fuck it. If I got to be one deep, fuck it. You know what I mean? So that's sort of how, like, guys operate, like, when they get older. They just like, yeah, I would like to have somebody, but if I'm not going to get any peace, then fuck it, then I'm just going to be one deep. Like, it's nothing personal. It's just is what it is. Because I'll say it like this. All right, good night, Matthew Cano. No, because it's the truth, man. Being lonely is one thing, right? Like, you don't have a significant other or whatever, right? And people think, oh, that's the end of the world. All right. That's one thing. But being in a shitty relationship is 10 times worse. It is. Being in a shitty relationship is 10 times worse than being lonely and single. Even though people want to say that, well, the toxic relationship's not as bad because you're with somebody. Like, no. The toxic relationship is worse than being single and lonely. Because at least if you're single and lonely, you can still go out there and hit the reset button and work on yourself and try to find somebody. But being in a toxic relationship, and God, some of those last years, decades, that has a lot more life impacting than it is you just being single and not finding nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still time. But when you're with somebody or you're in a toxic relationship, you can't get that time back. See what I'm saying? You don't get that time back. I mean, I wish I could. Hulk Hogan will be at WrestleMania. No way. Is he gonna wrestle somebody? Who are you gonna wrestle? I heard Stone Cold Steve Austin's gonna be at Mania. I heard about that too, Modog. Stone Cold. They should bring the Undertaker there. Bring the Undertaker to Mania. Who do you think The Rock's gonna fight? Well, The Rock's already got a match. He's in with Roman Reigns. They're taking on Seth and Cody. Oh, Stone Cold's gonna be there too. That's what I heard. Well, Stone Cold was he went last year, and he fought, what's his name? Um, what's that guy? Kevin Owens. So Stone Cold had a match last year. I mean, it wasn't that good, but I mean, it was okay. But you know, he kind of botched a stunner on McMahon. But other than that, um, I mean, it was okay. I mean, I guess just to say that Stone Cold was there for the first time since WrestleMania 19. You know. Oh, the year before. Oh, I'm tripping. My bad. Well, Who should Stone Cold wrestle? I don't even know, man. Maybe Goldberg. Maybe bring Shitberg back. You know, Goldberg, man, even though a lot of people shit on him, one thing I will give Goldberg is he's still in good wrestling shape. I will give him credit for that. Like he still is in pretty good shape. Like that guy can still fight, bro. No, you went to Mania last year? That's what's up. Mania this year in Philly. I wonder where's that next year for WrestleMania. No, they're gonna have WrestleMania at next year, bro. Brock needs to come back. Well, he got cleared all that stuff, so he should be back. Unless he just doesn't care to come back. I want to see Goldberg come back again, bro. I like Goldberg. I think he buried Bray Wyatt though when he beat Bray Wyatt at Crown Jewel and buried that Bray Wyatt gimmick character. And then they try to bring Bray Wyatt back and try to repackage him, but it just wasn't the same. The WWE fumbled with Bray Wyatt really bad, and it's unfortunate he passed away. You know, still kind of hard to believe he passed away at 36. Young man, still young to pass away. He had his whole life still to be a wrestler for at least another maybe 10 years, and it's hard to believe that Bray Wyatt's passed away. Like, still like feels like a dream almost. Like, damn, I can't believe he died. But yeah, WWE buried that guy. They basically buried his whole career. Cena buried him. Fucking Taker buried him. Fucking. Well, I mean, well, Taker's understandable, but John Cena was just buried that guy. You know, and then Bray Wyatt just never could be repackaged again. Then Goldberg fucking buried him. So they obviously had no intentions to do anything with Bray Wyatt. So, it's just unfortunate, you know. I like Brock Lesnar. It's kind of hard to believe that Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero are dead. Yeah, I know. Oh, Goldberg, yeah. I like Goldberg. Goldberg. Sting retired. Yeah, he had his last match at AEW. 64 years old Sting is and just retired from wrestling. I give that guy much respect, man. For him to still be wrestling at 60 fucking 4, like damn. Like Sting might as well wrestle till he's 70, like Ric Flair did. Yeah, Ric Flair's out of wrestling too. I didn't know Matthew Cano you were still in here. I thought you said you were already leaving. Guess you wanted to see some more of this beautiful face. I'm just kidding. Fucking with y'all, man. Man, I'm excited for WrestleMania. I really am. I cannot wait. We still got another 2 weeks away. And man, I'm telling you, I can't wait for WrestleMania, bro. Like, I'm all excited for it. I still think they need to put the strap on The Rock. They have to, bro. Put the strap on The Rock. Y'all agree that the strap should be on The Rock? Have I ever went to WrestleMania? I went to WrestleMania 30. Um, when Taker lost the streak to Brock Lesnar. Oh, that was 10 years ago when I went. 10 years ago. Yeah. Um, Daniel Bryan won the belt too, but Daniel Bryan had to win a match. He had to win like a triple threat match, or he had to win against Triple H, I think, or something like that, and Batista, and then he beat Randy Orton and somebody else in the triple threat match. I forgot how that went, but Then Taker lost to Brock Lesnar. Ultimate Warrior got inducted in the Hall of Fame. The next Monday night, he pulled some weird promo, and then he died the next day. Ultimate Warrior. So I was blessed to see. I saw Ultimate Warrior at the Hall of Fame giving his Hall of Fame speech, and then he died 2 days later. It's weird how that went down. Some people say the Mafia took him out because like he had gave some weird promo on Raw, like weird cryptic shit, and then he died after that, the day after. So some people think they poisoned him or something, or took him out. I don't know, conspiracy theory, but you think Chris Benoit did those murders? I also went to WrestleMania 30, met Warrior at the airport. Does that day, went to Arizona. Oh, cool, man. That's what's up. So you were at WrestleMania 32, like I was. That's what's up. Oh man, I'll tell you, those are the days. I went to Royal Rumble, 2017, San Antonio. Randy Orton won the Rumble. Wrestling fans are the fucking coolest to hang out with. The friendliest people in the world are wrestling fans. Because it's everybody's like a kid again, you know? Like we're all like big giant kids, you know? Like, and I remember at the hotel, we stayed at the hotel like in right by Bourbon. And I'll never forget, like everybody and their mama was walking around the hotel with their Hulk Hogan and Macho Man shirts on. And we were just all walking into each other's fucking hotel rooms watching wrestling all night. I'm talking about till like 5 in the morning. We're just watching wrestling. We're watching like WrestleMania 7, fucking Armageddon, all these old wrestling shows, and all these random people kept coming in the room. It was so cool, man. Those were the days. You've been to WrestleMania 21, 26, 30, and 39. God damn. I can't remember his name. Oh, I didn't know that. So you must live in Alaska. That's what's up. I'm telling you, wrestling fans are the coolest, man. It's like everybody's a big giant kid. It doesn't matter if you're fucking 40, fucking 49, or fucking 7. Like everybody's a big giant kid with their wrestling shirts on. Whether it's Macho Man or Hogan or fucking Sting or Taker, Bret Hart, the Hitman Hart. You know, whoever they were like imitating, like it just you feel like a big giant fucking kid in diapers. I love it. You know, you can feel like a kid again. You know, wrestling makes you feel like you're a kid. You know, even if you're not a kid. You know, you got like 80-year-old people running around in fucking Hulk Hogan shirts, and it's like everybody's a big giant kid. It's just cool, man. It's like a surreal, dreamlike land. It's just wrestling fans, you cannot beat it, man. Like wrestling fans are one of a kind. Like they're friendlier, more at peace. People will come up to you and start talking, you know, like randomly to you and stuff. It's real cool, man. Like there would be times I'd be wearing a shirt that's got like, let's say like a wrestler on it, and I'll walk around like the park or something, and random motherfuckers will come up and start talking. You're like, man, I like wrestling too, and like we'll just talk wrestling for like a whole hour, bro. It just and you can't beat that, man. Wrestling fans are the coolest in the world, coolest people, man. And they're the only like fan base I know where they'll just start randomly walking up to you. If you got a wrestling shirt on, and let's say that person liked wrestling, they're gonna come up to you and start talking wrestling, bro. And they'll start bringing up all the old wrestlers and stuff, and it's cool, man. I like that feeling. That's what I like about going to wrestling events, because you kind of get that kind of like friendly vibe from people, man. It's real cool, man. In like the 80s, I believe he was a pro wrestler. Oh, that's what's up. I don't care. Wrestling's my old time thing when I was a kid. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that, man. Like my favorite show, if I had to say favorite pay-per-views, I mean I can name a couple. I would say Armageddon 2000, Six Man Hell in the Cell, Rikishi gets fucking choke slammed off the fucking cage by Taker into a fucking horse hay fucking truck. I would have to say 97 King of the Ring. I think that was the one that Mr. Ass won. King of the Ring. Um, 92 Starrcade main event. Ric Flair versus Vader. It was a good match. Um, I would say the Hell in the Cell match between Taker and Mankind. Taker fucking drops Mick Foley off the fucking cage and puts him through a table. King of the Ring, I think it was 2002 or 2003. It's the one where Kurt Angle had the match with Shane McMahon. And Kurt Angle put Shane McMahon through a fucking glass thing, this glass shard. And Kurt Angle tells Shane that he broke his back. And Shane said, "Do you want to stop the match?" And Kurt said, "No, just keep going." And Kurt fucking fought with like a broken bone in his back. Like, just epic. I would have to say that. Of course, the 99 Royal Rumble where Vince McMahon won the Rumble. And he sat at the fucking podium all fucking day. And didn't even fight until Stone Cold came out there and like was whooping his ass. And the corporate ministry helped fucking McMahon win the Rumble. That was a good pay per view too. I mean, there's tons of them, tons of good pay per views. I just named some off the bat. Probably Rey Mysterio winning the '06 Rumble. That was a good one. You were at Survivor Series back in 2017 in Houston. Oh, you're lucky. Back in 1998, where kids would do wrestling moves. Oh man, or you get pissed. Oh man, yeah, you can't beat that, dude. I used to bring my wrestling belts to class. I put like my WWE belt, and then I had my WWF belt, and I would walk to class, and they would get fucking pissed. You wear the shirt and everything, dude. You know. And you know the thing I like about wrestling that kind of outbeats like wrestling is the only sport where you could do anything you want and never get canceled for it. It's like the coolest shit. Like there'd be like the racist shit going on in wrestling, and nobody gave a shit. Everyone just laughed. You know, it was just funny. Like there was no such thing as cancel culture in wrestling. You know, like people just accepted everything for what it was. You know, they would WWE would get in the dark racism shit, and people would still fucking like it, man. They're like, man, this shit's cool as fuck, man. You know, everyone's cheering and stuff, and it's like you couldn't do that in any other sport without facing some sort of repercussion. But wrestling didn't care, man. They did all the stereotypes and everything for every race. They didn't give, and they gave zero fucks and just did it. And it was just like, man, everybody liked that shit, man. Now it's just all, you know, now of course wrestling is different. They have sponsors and stuff. Once upon a time, WWE made all that shit look cool. You know? Behind random kids and Stone Cold Stunner. Oh man, those are the days. Dude, I remember in the gym, right, back in like 2006, 7. And them motherfuckers used to run in there with the belts, and they would put them on the line, like the cheap little $20 belts they would buy from the store, and they would issue matches out and shit to other kids, and they would wrestle in the gym, and whoever won got the belt, and then we'd have a referee and stuff. You know, man, I'm telling you, that shit was the coolest shit ever, dude. Now it's just, you know, now of course times have changed, but man, I'll tell you what's weird, man. Here's the thing. One time, I had to go to college just recently to get my transcript because of the job I'm applying for. I'm applying for a job for the county, for a jailer. And so I was walking, I had to go back to Houston Community College, right? And I'm walking, watching all the kids coming out. And man, how times have changed. I'm talking about none of them are talking. They're all quiet. There's nobody conversating amongst each other, even in big social gatherings. Everybody's just secluded and doing their own thing. It looks weird. And it's like you could hear a pin drop. Everybody's quiet. No one's talking. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, man, how times have changed, man. Like, they're all on their cell phones, screen sucking is what they call it. And no one's talking or anything. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's changed. No one's talking anymore. No one's conversating. It's like weird shit, man. It's just like, it's like no personality. Everybody's just quiet. It's like weird. And I was just like, wow, times have changed dramatically. Wow. Oh, man. Hell yeah, those days were awesome. And I'll tell you what else is weird. We have the soccer fields, baseball fields, football fields, track around the college campus. And random people used to go there and play sports. You don't see that no more. When I was walking around that college campus, like nobody even fucked with those with that stuff. So you could tell the equipment's been sitting there for a while, probably for years. Nobody plays like extracurricular activities as much. So they're like doing stuff that's probably like computer related or like on their phone. They're not like doing like activities. You know what I'm saying? Like how the times have changed so much in society. It's like we're becoming domesticated. You know what I'm saying? Like society's becoming domesticated, bro. I noticed that. And so, like, we're getting a lot lazier. We're not participating and we're not active as much. And we're definitely not in sports that much anymore. Because, like, if you look at a lot of the, like, especially the guys that are coming up now, like the anime guys, they're all in the anime and, you know, because, like, don't get me wrong. You know, I played Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played, you know, the card games or the little nerdy shit. I did that. You know what I mean? But the difference is that um the difference is the guys now they don't they the difference was when we played the card games we still did sports on the side. So you still had your sports as your curriculum, you know, like you did your mandatory gym time. You had, you know, we either played on the football team or you played basketball or you did some sort of sport. And like now they just don't do the sports anymore as much. They just do the anime. So it's kind of hard for me to relate to them because they're like, "So do you play Magic the Gathering?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I used to." They're like, "Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Do you play Pokemon?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay." And I'm like, "So yeah, you know, so I'll play the card games with them." I was fucking around playing the card games with them, right? Because they were like, they did the Magic the Gathering, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll play with them." But I didn't have a deck. So the kids were giving me these cards. They're like, you can have some of these. I was like, all right. So we're playing Magic the Gathering right at college. This was like 3 weeks ago because I had to get my transcript. And I was like, so yeah. And so like none of them play sports. And the crazy thing was that the nerds back then played sports. The nerds now don't. It's just strictly just anime. So no one competes anymore for anything. It's just kind of like everybody just it's just weird for me. The times is weird now. I have to kind of get used to it. It's kind of hard for me too, because I'm trying to. I'm really trying to get used to it, but it's kind of hard. But yeah, um, you know, times are definitely different now. But at least the wrestling fans still kind of there, so that's good. You know, the wrestling fans are still, you know, still kind of got a sense of humor. You know, The Rock came out right. And The Rock came out to his old theme song, right? And all like the old school wrestling fans are like, yeah, 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 it's The Rock, heel, Hollywood gimmick, ah. And all the Gen Z's like, huh? You're like, who? Like, what? They didn't know who he was. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? Unless they did their research and they like, oh, that's The Rock. But the rest of them are like, who's that? You know, it's like, man, I'm like, that's one of the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, bitch. You know? So like it's funny because now The Rock's got a big pop, right? So Gen Z likes The Rock now. They're like, yeah, yeah, The Rock, man, yeah, And I'm like telling them, I said, The Rock is the reason why wrestling is entertaining right now. Not like these little weasels they got right now in the industry that can't even cut a promo. I'm like, I'm like, that's why I said The Rock should be the champion instead of putting the belt on fucking Cody Rhodes. You know? Just saying. When Sting first came down the Raptors, oh man. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Those were the days. You can't beat wrestling, man. And that's the thing I like about wrestling fans is we all come together. Even if let's say like wrestling sucks now, but you kind of like you reminisce the days when wrestling used to be good. So you kind of have that commonality with the wrestling fans now. So you kind of have a reason to come together. And that's why I say being a wrestling fan is like very unique because people just come together on there's no cancel culture. Everything's cool. You got fucking, you know, woke. You got wokeism, racism. Every bad thing in the world they just put in wrestling, and it made it look cool, and everybody's like, yeah, man, this is awesome. And now it's of course, times have changed now. So they cleaned it up a lot more. You know, the women's revolution, they stopped putting women in bra and underwear, which I actually kind of understand why they did that because they wanted to showcase women's wrestling abilities, which I kind of understand that. But before cancel culture existed, it used to be, it was really cool to be a wrestling fan. Like only in wrestling, you'll see a bunch of racist shit happening, and you're like, man, that's cool. What kind of work is this? You know? But outside of wrestling, you're kind of like, man, that's fucked up, man. You would say that shit. But it's like in wrestling, like all the fans knew that it was all work. So you were just like, man, this is cool. Like you were just like, got your popcorn. You're ready for the next show to come on. You're like, I want to see where this is going. And you would just, you were just excited as a wrestling fan. These storylines got you just really hooked on, man. And like every pay per view, all the matches were good. They had good storylines and just got y'all just hooked onto that shit, man. It ain't the same no more. At least The Rock made it somewhat entertainment. Oh yeah, that's when you stopped watching it. Hmm. Yeah, I fucking love wrestling still, but I mean, I don't watch as much as I used to. But I'll be honest with you, when The Rock came back, I got started getting hooked onto this shit again. So I don't know what they're gonna do if The Rock leaves. You still play your Nintendo 64? Hell yeah! Look, I have it on right now. I'm playing NBA Live. I was just playing it. Now I got it set on computer mode right now, but I'm about to play what's that one? Double 007 James Bond. About to play that probably in a little bit here. I think I heard the alarm going off. Hold on real quick. Damn, already 12:24. God's punishing me by making time go by fast. Oh, absolutely. I hate that. They need to bring territory wrestling back. I don't know. It might be too late for that. They should have an event where all the wrestlers from every show like are on one show. They should do that. You know, if Stone Cold makes his appearance at WrestleMania, I'm gonna go ape shit. Stone Cold and The Rock, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan. Oh. Well, I wonder what Hulk Hogan's going to do at Mania. Is he going to have a match? Is he even in shape? I think he's like 70 something. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to. Marvin said there used to be this guy that used to do the Chris Masters lock, Master Lock. Oh yeah, when Master Lock challenge. Oh man, that shit was epic. Chris Masters was a beast, man. Remember when Chavo Guerrero turned white? Oh, you missed Sable? Oh, Sable was badass. She was hot too. Oh, what was I gonna say? They had a Chavo turn like into like a middle class white American guy. He went from being Mexican to white or whatever, white American, and that storyline was fucking epic, bro. Type in Whiteout if you haven't seen that one. Type in Chavo Kerwin White, bro. That shit was epic, bro. That was back in I think that was back in 2005 before Eddie died. And they were going to give him a push, but then Eddie died, and they had to give him his Chavo Guerrero character back. That shit was epic. And then they had, of course, the Mexicools, and the Mexicools were pretty cool too. And they had that stable with Psychosis, Juventud Guerrero, and Super Crazy, and they came out in lawnmowers and shit. And I thought that was pretty funny, man. I love that shit, man. Yeah, they gave the tag belts to Super Crazy and Psychosis. So they did something right with that. And then they had Crime Time, and they had Chad and what's his name, the other dude. But Shad ended up passing away though. Y'all heard about that, right? He was he was um he was in some like beach or something. It was like a current, and his son was drowning, and he put his son on a life raft, and he ended up drowning to save his son. Shad Gaspar, man, that was a tragic event that happened there. He ended up taking his own life to save his son. I mean, wow. Kerwin White, yeah. We need the 90s Sable. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think the best time in wrestling was the golden era and the attitude era. 80s, 90s wrestling, you can't beat that shit. And I would say maybe the early 2000s, with the whole WCW merger with the ECW merger with WWF. And then like maybe a little bit after that with the whole Benoit and Eddie Guerrero winning at Mania, giving them their belts, and then Rey Mysterio winning the Rumble. I think slowly after that, that's when wrestling started taking a turn for the worst, and then John Cena and the PG era, and that just completely. They had Nexus and all that crap, and Cena buried the whole locker room, and it was just. I think that was just when wrestling just wasn't the same anymore, you know. Now it's just bits and pieces of it. I like the Bloodline storyline though. And the Bloodline storylines was pretty good. But like I said, I think sooner or later Roman's gonna have to end this. They're gonna have to end that streak with Roman. But the thing is, dude, they want him breaking Hulk Hogan's record. But if he does, he's got to have the belt past Mania or past SummerSlam. He's got to have it until September 14th to tie Hogan's record. So I don't know what WWE's going to do. Are they going to have him still hold the belt till then, or are they just going to just let him break Hogan's streak? Because Hogan's like 1,474 days consecutive as a champion. I think Roman Reigns right now is about roughly about, I want to say he's around like 1260, 1270. He's almost at 1,300 days. I think he's over 1,300. By Mania, he'll be around 1,318 days. So he would still need 160 days to hold the belt. He would still have to have the belt for another, what, damn near about 5 months just to break Hogan's record. I don't know what they're gonna do because that's gonna put him past. That means Roman would have to have the belt past SummerSlam of this year, and if because SummerSlam's in August, so if he's gonna hold it past then, he's probably gonna have it till Mania the following year, Mania 41. That means he'll be champion for damn near about 1,700 days. Well, I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. But yeah, WrestleMania is April 7th. I can't wait. You guys gonna watch WrestleMania? April 7th and 8th? I am. I'm glued to that shit. I want to see The Rock and his cousin Roman versus Seth and Cody. Like, I want to see that match bad, man. Or maybe they should give the belt to The Rock. Oh, maybe. Oh, you took the days off for WrestleMania? Yeah, I get off early. I get off at 3 o'clock, so I'll be able to check it out. And I'm off Sunday and Monday, so I'll be able to check Sunday out day 2, and then day 1, I get off at 3, so I'll be able to catch it. Oh, I can't wait. I gotta get up at 5 motherfucking in the morning. The Filthy Animals. Oh man, you're talking about WCW. Yeah. That was Rey Mysterio, Billy Kidman. I forgot who else was in that group. Holy shit. Damn, I forgot. I forgot what that one. I forgot all the members that were in there. Remember Major Guns? That white girl with the big old boobs? I don't know what happened to her. She was hot. Oh man, Major Guns was hot. She was in the Misfits. The Misfits in action. Hey, remember when Eric Bischoff had a match with Vince McMahon? Or he was calling Vince McMahon out and Vince McMahon didn't show up? And Eric's like, come on out, Vince. I know you're back there in the locker room. I know you showed up to my event. He's like, come on out. And Vince never came out. So Eric made the referee count to 10. And then Vince like wrote a letter saying I ain't never showed up. Like, I'll kick your ass on the streets or something like that. I'm like, man, those are the days. Yeah, Chris Jericho's still with AEW. Nothing beats WCW Chris Jericho. Like, nothing beats that. No, those are the days. You just can't get wrestling back, bro. You just can't. Oh yeah, Conan. That's right. Conan was in the group. I forgot about that. Conan's finisher was Tequila Sunrise. That motherfucker would do a front roll flip, and then he would just clothesline you, and then he would grab your arm and pull back on the leg and get you to tap out. That Tequila Sunrise. Yeah, Conan. Yeah, Conan actually he had created this stable just recently. He his nieces or something like that are in this wrestling group for like in San Antonio. I forgot the name of the wrestling company because I'm subscribed to them on Instagram. And all three of his nieces dress like kind of like cholos and basically got like Conan's gimmick kind of a little bit, like the whole La Raza. And so they got like those three girls doing the gimmick. All three of them are his nieces too. And I was watching them like I'm like actually they're not that bad. I was watching their promos and stuff, and I'm like, all right. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like they got their little thing going. You know, okay, I see. I see. The oddities. Oh, yeah, yeah, the oddities. Is your cousin still in wrestling, Steve? Yeah, she had a contract with she had a contract with TNA for a while, but it didn't last that long. And now she's doing reality wrestling. So with Booker T's shit, she not she not even and she did have ROH contract, a couple matches, dark matches, and that was it. They don't have they don't have nothing for her. And TNA's contracts suck anyways. You don't make much money, so no, she didn't get a WWE contract. She didn't. No, she never got invited. She just did a. Her homegirl's actually in WWE right now, Roxanne Perez, but no, they never gave Rachel a contract though. WWE never offered her one. No, the Impact Wrestling did, but their contracts are bullshit, bro. You make like $25 an hour, like $20 an hour. Ugh. I mean, you might as well just get a regular job if you're gonna be putting with fucking wrestling for them fuckers, you know. Like your salaries are like maybe like 25,000 a year, if that. Like not even worth. You might as well just get a regular job doing that. You you work at Walmart, make more money than that. Not even worth it. I was like, girl, that's. I mean, it's just if you want to have your resume with some matches, cool, but nah, I wouldn't sign no deal like that. The only thing about Impact Wrestling that's even halfway decent is Rosemary, which they repackaged her and made her Courtney Rush. And she was with that Decay with Monster Abyss, who kind of reminds me of Mick Foley, Kane. Steiner Recliner was, oh man, yeah, Steiner Recliner, Lex Luger's torture rack. Oh yeah, Lex Luger was a beast. Yeah, yeah, they didn't offer my cousin shit for WWE, but maybe they might. I mean, she's still got some time. She's like 24, 25 now, so they could probably offer her another deal later down the line. She still got a little bit of time. Oh yeah, Steiner Recliner. The Steiner brothers were badass. The Steiner brothers were the shit, bro. Oh, oh shit! Hold on, real quick. Damn, I'm trying to get some water right now, and I fucking look like shit right now. So what happens when you don't get enough sleep? Oh, I'm in '90s, like '90s baby. I'm just kidding. Uh, Hold on 1 second. Let me hit the save button. Sorry about that. I'm playing my Nintendo 64 real quick, so I'm trying to do multitasking. Give me 1 second. And look at the Nintendo 64 controllers I got. This one right here is a GameCube controller, and they made it at a 64 controller. I got it from Game Over Video Games, so I still play my N64. Man, ain't nothing beats this shit, bro. Hold on, real quick. God damn it! Come on, man. I'm trying to work my 64 real quick. Hold on. Dude, we had a tournament the other day. Me and some of my cousins. We played battle tanks and James Bond 007. I put the videos on here too on YouTube. And we did a little tournament where like the winner got like $5 and everybody put in $5 and the winner got $20. Oh man, you can't beat that. Hold on real quick. I took days off for work for Mania. Damn. Hold on real quick because my phone's about to die. So I'm going to restart the stream. Hold on real quick. I'll be right back.